Good evening everyone and welcome to the Surrey Tennis Awards. Normally we'd all be together to celebrate the achievements of everyone involved in Surrey Tennis, from clubs, venues, players, coaches, officials and volunteers. We at Surrey Tennis appreciate everyone has taken time to join us this evening for our first ever virtual awards. We had over 168 nominations in 7 different LTA categories, the process which started in November of 2020. The Surrey winners of the British Tennis Awards will go forwards to the regional awards, and then if they're fortunate enough will go through to the national finals to be held at Wimbledon in July. But let's first celebrate our winners this evening. We will also be presenting the Surrey Tennis Awards to our juniors and for the Jean Sexton Award for Outstanding Achievement. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate all the nominated clubs, coaches, officials, volunteers. You've all made a significant contribution to getting tennis up and running in Surrey, which has been a difficult period of time. We will have some guest speakers for your entertainment this evening, and we'll also be having a Zoom room for you to join in later if you so wish. We will also be having a presentation by our President, Mr. Derek Howarth, at the end of the presentation. First, let me hand you over to Michael Kern, who will then start the award ceremony.
Thank you, David, and a very warm welcome to the Surrey LTA Tennis Awards. Now, slightly different than normal, and hopefully it won't be too long before we can all be back together to celebrate the amazing success of tennis in Surrey. Once again, these awards are hotly contested with so many amazing contributions across the county. So firstly, congratulations to everyone who is nominated. There's plenty of awards to give out, so let's get underway. The Club of the Year award is presented to a club that responded positively during the COVID-19 restrictions, providing quality and accessible tennis opportunities to existing and new members while adhering to all safeguarding standards. Nominations were received for Leatherhead Tennis Club, Oxshott Village Sports Club and Wilton Tennis Club. This year's winning club is a small forecourt club which focuses on grassroots tennis while providing competition opportunities. Much of their facilities improvement plan has been implemented over the last 2 years, with 2020 seeing the start of the clubhouse refurbishment, which is due for completion in 2021. COVID certainly didn't stop this club. Members' spirits were kept high through a series of fun challenges, quizzes, fitness sessions and pro player interviews. New members were welcomed to the club with free beginners classes, and social distancing was maintained with the introduction of a new court booking system. The club continued to adapt to changing guidelines over the summer, always putting safety first by implementing all the LTA guidelines. Members have the opportunity to play in multiple junior and adult teams, competing yearly in the LTA and Surrey leagues. The club also provides opportunities for members to compete against other clubs' members in their own open tournament, now in its 38th year. Adult members wishing to play social tennis are offered several coach-led sessions each week, and courts are available for members to book their own friendly play. There is plenty of coaching and team practice sessions for adults and juniors too. This has all led to a doubling of membership, which now stands at over 500 members. The 2021 LTA Surrey County Club of the Year is Wilton Tennis Club. Here's a message from Tony Osborne from Wilton Tennis Club.
On behalf of Wilton Tennis Club, I'd like to accept this award. Wilton Tennis Club is dependent on its members and its coaching staff, and the backroom staff of the committee members have all contributed to make Wilton the club it is. So again, thank you very much for this award, and thanks again.
Next up is Coach of the Year, and we have 2 awards in this category. Our first is for coaches involved in the development of a tennis venue. The coach will have delivered a successful coaching program in 2020, showing innovative on-court and online delivery and customer service, especially during the COVID-19 restrictions and afterwards, helping tennis to bounce back. They would have made tennis welcoming and accessible to those returning or new to tennis, with consideration of diversity, inclusion and safeguarding. They will have shown great teamwork and leadership skills with a commitment to their own personal development. The nominees are Aram Akon from Burgess Park Tennis Club, Dino Skeet, serious about tennis, Jake Southwick, Wigmore Lawn Tennis Club, James Starr, Oxshott Village Sports Club, Kate Marissai, Sheen Park Tennis, Mark Beckles, Wilton Tennis Club, Mark Love, Purleybury Tennis Club, Nicholas Buchow, Cranley Lawn Tennis and Social Club, Oliver Kirk, Cranley Golf and Country Club, and Piers Heft Jones from Wilton Tennis Club. Good luck to all of our nominees. Let's find out who the winner is. Well, according to members of their club, our winning Development Coach of the Year provides dynamic coaching sessions tailored to suit each individual. They use different methodologies to emphasise performance points and sets individual goals and targets, ensuring players are always improving their overall performance. They are brilliant at explaining exercises in a child-friendly way, and their lessons have the right proportion of fun, hard work, practice and new things to learn. While encouraging adults and junior players to be the best they can, they also instill good sportsmanship and on-court etiquette. To keep members involved during COVID lockdowns, they recorded videos of tennis exercises, tips, training guides and daily challenges using simply available home kit. Chalking nets and targets on walls and courts on driveways. One mum stated that my son really enjoyed seeing his tennis coach regularly via the videos, as it gave him a sense of normality, and we had great fun as a family joining in with the quizzes. They ensured everyone followed the COVID rules, making hand sanitisers and the QR code an integral part of all sessions. Another member said they make tennis feel like a very safe and fun arena in these difficult times. They introduced a new free Friday evening balls and bubbles session, sounds interesting, inviting members from the community and other clubs to attend. It was a huge success, providing opportunities to play social tennis against other players, to make new friends and to integrate the tennis community. The 2020 LTA Surrey Development Coach of the Year is Ollie Kirk. Let's hear from Ollie.
I'm so appreciated to receive this award again. This is the second time, for some reason, somebody likes what I do. So I've received the Development Coach of the Year award. I'd like to thank the Golf and Country Club for allowing me to do what I do. My members who come on a weekly basis to all my sessions. It's been a tough year last year, 2020. We had a couple of lockdowns, but we managed to keep on going. You know, the numbers on the court were really high. So I'd just like to thank everyone for my nominations, thank the other nominees, and thank you very much.
Our second Coach of the Year award is related to performance coaching. Like the development coach, the performance coach will have delivered a successful coaching programme in 2020, including a performance programme. All our nominees have a number of players on the LTA pathway, in Surrey County training, representing Surrey in County Cup, or posting great results in national and international tournaments. The nominees are Chris Dorr from Esher Tennis Club, Craig Veal, Sutton Tennis Academy and Reeds Tennis School, and Russell Dykes, Reigate Priory Lawn Tennis Club. Time to announce the winner. This year's county performance coach has developed many top British players and is currently working with great Surrey players Arthur Ferry and Lily Miyazaki. Notably, in 2020, results for Arthur included 4 return to tennis British Tour singles titles, 1 UK Pro Series win, reaching the 3rd round of the French Open Juniors and acting as a hitting partner to the pros at the Nitto ATP Finals at the O2. For Lily, in 2020, she had 5 return to British Tennis Tour titles, 3 singles and 2 doubles. Our winning coach is a great travelling coach, good-humoured, professional and prepares good background information for his players' upcoming matches. They also coach Alexa Guarachi, who was a doubles finalist in the main draw of the French Open. They are involved in regional training for the South East, where one of their greatest strengths is their focus on the individual player, quickly improving their game. They treat every player like their own while still being respectful to their professional coach. Seeing a gap for the 14 plus players, he set up an excellent training programme for them. The winner of the Surrey Performance Coach of the Year is Craig Veal.
Hey everyone, just wanted to say a big thank you to Tennis Surrey for giving me the award of Performance Coach of the Year. Really appreciate it. Thanks to Cape Warren Holland for the nomination. Also, a big thank you to Sean Malcolm, who I work with at Sutton in the new programme. Hopefully everyone's ready to play tennis again at the end of March and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.
Our next award is the Disability Award. Nominations for this award are invited from any venue, group, organisation or programmer that has provided disability tennis, achieving something of note in 2020. They'll have responded positively during the COVID-19 restrictions for the benefit of people with an impairment or long-term health condition and shown innovation and creativity in order to support existing and new players safely back to tennis, ensuring tennis remains relevant and accessible. There were several nominations for the team at MDL Coaching, encompassing their work at both Purleybury and South Croydon tennis clubs. At South Croydon, Phil Pullen provides several free coaching sessions, while Mark Love heads up the disability programme at Purleybury. Due to increased numbers, the Friday night Purleybury disability sessions had to be split into 2 sessions to accommodate all the players. During lockdown, the coaches delivered tennis rackets and ball supplies by Bright Idea to their disability members, along with activities to do at home. When lockdown lifted, the coaches provided subsidised one-to-one sessions at Purleybury. Group coaching sessions were restarted in June. To ensure sufficient volunteers were on hand, the players started booking in via ClubSpark. The sessions are so popular, existing members rarely miss any, even in bad weather. Using a grant from Sport England, in September, a new free session for players over 50 years old and affected by the COVID lockdown was set up. The funding will allow these sessions to continue free to the players for 2 years. Although there was only one nominee in this category, I think you'll agree that MDL Coaching certainly earned this year's Disability Award.
Okay, it's an honour to receive this award. Special thanks to the tennis clubs involved, Purleybury and South Croydon. A mention obviously to our volunteers that help us week in, week out to deliver the programme, and without them it just wouldn't be possible. A special mention to Danny Sapsford that got us involved in inclusive tennis a few years back. Another special thanks to Michael Vaughan, who's our chief fundraiser that spends hours of his time sourcing funds for us again to run these sessions. And a mention for Phil Pullen, who runs one of our sessions for us at South Croydon Tennis Club. There's no better time than now, to be honest, for other tennis clubs to get involved in inclusive tennis. Thank you so much for the award.
Our next award is Official of the Year. With the majority of tournaments cancelled in 2020, it was a particularly difficult year for our officials. Those tournaments that could run had to do so with much reduced numbers. To be nominated for this award, an official still needs to make an outstanding contribution to tennis, going above and beyond their role. They need to take an innovative approach to competition during COVID-19 restrictions and demonstrate consideration of diversity, inclusion and safeguarding while continuing to deliver quality customer service. Your nominations are Alison Batista, Chris Tortis-Crawford, David Fuchs, Derek Thorpe and Tim Pearce. Well, despite a tremendous amount of knockbacks over the year, our winner took an extremely proactive and positive attitude in spite of the financial impact this had to their business. When restrictions prevented adult competitions, they changed their events to juniors. This took hours of work updating the tournament system and in keeping players, parents and other organisers informed of the changes. Their creation and running of events are always of the highest quality, from applying to the LTA through to the submitting of tournament results. Their knowledge is so comprehensive in 2020 when many LTA staff were furloughed. They helped the LTA train and support other organisations during the introduction of the new IT system. They deliver the best customer service to players, deadlines are always met, their knowledge of rules and regulations is the best in class, and they surround themselves with a great team, training, supporting and inspiring them to deliver high quality competitions. Our winner is described as an asset to the LTA competition. Our official of the year is David Fuchs.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted to not only have been nominated for the award, but to have actually received it. I've been in the business now for 30 years. Very much a team effort though. Many people are involved in helping me with the business, Tennis Services UK, and without them things would have been pretty much impossible, particularly over the last couple of years. I know it's been a very tough year, 2020, for everyone. But those officials that did help me out during the year, they're dedicated, and they are real assets to tennis both in Surrey and everywhere else. But thanks very much to all those involved in awarding this to me.
Next up, it's Volunteer of the Year. Tennis in Surrey relies on hundreds of volunteers each year. To be nominated for this award, a person will have volunteered in tennis in 2020 in any capacity for the benefit of others, enabling and inspiring people to play tennis. They needed to be responsive and show innovation during COVID-19 restrictions. They will have shown excellent teamwork or leadership with consideration of diversity, inclusion and safeguarding. I think it's fair to say there must have been loads of volunteers around the county who could have been nominated for this award. Well, this year we have the following 4 nominations. Judy Smoten, Leatherhead Tennis Club; Karen Dervish, Wilton Tennis Club; Michael Vaughan, Purleybury Tennis Club; and Sue Wells, Ember Lawn Tennis Club. The winner has been at the heart of their club for 15 years, injecting fun, enthusiasm and fresh ideas. In 2020, our winner had a number of roles. As membership secretary, they dealt with the largest number of new members while dealing sensitively with the existing members in financial difficulties. As club director, they were involved in the COVID response decisions. As tournament organiser, a special post-lockdown tournament was successfully organised and ran. As bookings coordinator, the court schedule was reorganised to stagger the bookings and member queries were expertly dealt with. Most of the activities had to be done from home as our Volunteer of the Year was shielding for medical reasons. A great team player who speaks their mind while being willing to chat things through, so supportive to the rest of the committee. Our winner often recognises difficult situations dealt with by someone else with a positive comment, thumbs up or even just a smiley face. Knowing that for family reasons our winner would need to move away from the area, they helped recruit new committee members and conducted detailed handovers. The friendly, welcoming climate at the club has been created with the help of this winner. A great person to have on any team and on court as they deliver an amazing cross-court forehand. We had such very deserving nominees, it was incredibly difficult to choose the winner. So, it's well done and a huge congratulations to Judy Smoten of Leatherhead Tennis Club, the Surrey Volunteer of the Year.
What a wonderful surprise winning such a prodigious award as Surrey Volunteer of the Year. A big thank you to Nigel Turner, our chairman, who nominated me, and also to our dedicated committee who have managed the club through these unusual times. Everybody knows that to have a successful club you need amazing volunteers, and we do. You also need a great team, which we have. And we also have lots of members who do different things to support us throughout the year, so thank you to them. What we're all looking forward to now is getting back onto court, meeting up with each other, meeting our coaches and getting the activity back to the club. Finally, I'd like to thank Surrey Tennis for the award. And also, more importantly, I'd like to thank you for actually acknowledging the role of the volunteer. So to all volunteers out there, well done, and let's hope that 2021 will be a better year for everyone. But thank you for the award. Thank you.
The next award is the Lifetime Achievement Award. To be nominated for this award, the nominee must have made an exceptional contribution to their tennis club or clubs or community for more than 30 years, helping to open up tennis to enable more people to play and enjoy the sport. They will have demonstrated excellent teamwork or leadership, shown consideration of diversity, inclusion and safeguarding, and have had an open mindset and willingness to adapt as tennis has changed. The nominees for this award are Dino Skeet from Serious About Tennis and Martin Adams from Ham and Petersham Tennis Club. The winner has been involved in their club since its rebirth in 1989 in partnership with Grey Court School. There were no courts at the school, so our winner was involved in applying for planning permission and finding contractors to get the courts built, while having regular meetings at the school. He negotiated with the local scouts to use the scout hut for shelter in bad weather during matches. In 2010, he led the development of their own clubhouse, successfully applying for a Surrey tennis grant and negotiating again with the scouts to have the water and electricity supplies extended to the new clubhouse. As chairman, he has led the club through establishing low-cost tennis coaching for junior players, expanding the coaching team from 1 part-time to 3 full-time coaches, starting tennis camps, initiating competitive junior and adult team entries to county and LTA leagues, including Road to Wimbledon, arranging weekly tennis for another local school. As chair, he has made family tennis, team practice and squads for advancing juniors a focus. Throughout the years, he has embraced LTA initiatives, involved himself in LTA and Surrey County forums, supported tennis in Grey Court and the German schools, and developed strong links with Richmond Borough Council, encouraged juniors to help with younger junior tennis sessions, supported juniors completing their Duke of Edinburgh awards, wrote references for juniors to take up places at university in the USA, and others to train as tennis coaches. In 2020, he was also very involved in implementing COVID measures at the club. Beyond his own club, he was also the chair of Surrey Tennis Parents Association from 1995 to 2000. Due to declining health in October 2020, he retired as chairman, but he continues to support the current committee. Ladies and gentlemen, an incredibly deserving winner. The Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Martin Adams from Ham and Petersham Tennis Club.
I want to thank Surrey LTA very much for this trophy. I very much appreciate being considered for it, and I'm honoured by it. And I also like to thank John Phillips and Mary Harper for nominating me for this trophy. And it's now a culmination of more than 40 years with Ham and Petersham Tennis Club, which I think is a great success as a tennis club. And we have a good coaching team, a very strong committee, and look forward to the end of lockdown in a couple of weeks' time.
As we come to the end of the first half of the awards ceremony, I will now hand over to the Surrey Tennis President, Derek Howarth, to present the Surrey Tennis President's Award.
Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to announce that the winner of the first Surrey Tennis President's Award is the remarkable Paul Jameson. Paul is now 60 and is a long-time member of West Surrey Tennis Club, where he played regularly in the men's and mixed teams and is a former club captain. He also plays golf and cycles around the beautiful Surrey countryside. Paul lives in Godalming with his wife Jess, a doctor, and has 3 children, David, Joe and Rosie. He had a successful business career, setting up and running 3 separate companies. In 1997, Paul was unfortunately diagnosed with motor neuron disease and was told that his average life expectancy was just 2 years. Paul's reaction to this news was typically positive, and he resolved to do as many things on his bucket list as possible. What he has achieved is truly remarkable. From August 2017 to December 2020, he has achieved 32 items. In the time available, it is difficult to cover them all, but here goes. In tennis, he hosted a charity tennis day for the MND Association, supported by Andy Murray, Marion Bartoli, Heather Watson and Annabel Croft. He climbed Kilimanjaro and played the highest ever game of tennis at the summit, raising £100,000 for charity. He went to the Australian Open, followed by a week at the Barrier Reef. He went on a tennis tour to Estepona with the West Surrey Club and a golf and tennis tour to Marbella. In cycling, he did a one-day 110-kilometre cycle round Lake Geneva. He cycled round Lake Como. He cycled the London Brighton Ride and the Prudential Ride London. He has cycled from London to Amsterdam and cycled up the east coast of Vietnam. He also did a 100-kilometre walk across the South Downs in 26 hours. In golf, he has played at St Andrews. As well as Mount Kilimanjaro, he climbed Mount Blanc, the Matterhorn and Mount Canigou in the Pyrenees, where he had a fall and had to be airlifted off the mountain. Other overseas visits were to Las Vegas, jungle trekking in Borneo and Prague. He also went to an England World Cup match in Kaliningrad, Russia, and a qualifier in Lithuania, where he ended up in a party with the English team. He's twice visited a primary school in Tanzania and raised money to build an assembly dining room. He visited several times an orphanage in Dar es Salaam and sponsored 2 girls. Despite his speech difficulties, as recently as last December, he sang an opera at the London Coliseum with a professional baritone. This was featured on BBC Breakfast, which I saw myself. He has certainly lived up to his motto of one life, live it, which has now been tattooed on his arm. While all this was going on, he has found time to set up a charitable company called Aura Life. Paul's son David is working on the project. It is devoted to using technology to assist people towards the end of their life and to leave a legacy. Paul has been awarded the British Empire Medal for his services to charity, and he is a very, very worthy winner of the Surrey Tennis President's Award. I'm only sorry I cannot present him to him personally. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm extremely honoured and very humbled to be awarded the Surrey Tennis President's Award. I've played tennis all my life, and for the last 20 years, been a member of the West Surrey Tennis Club. Tennis is a great sport, and given me so many good memories. I've made many good friends through tennis, and loved every second of being involved in a sport that binds us all together. As you may know, I was diagnosed with MND in 2017, a so-called terminal illness, and was determined to continue my life in a very positive manner, as well as raising as much money as possible for MND research. One of the highlights was climbing Mount Kilimanjaro and playing tennis at the top. Here's a short feature that appeared on local TV after the climb. This was shortly after my diagnosis, when I still had a voice.
Earlier this year, Paul from Godalming was diagnosed with motor neuron disease, a condition that affects the messages sent from the brain to muscles around the body. The news of this terminal disease motivated him to start a bucket list.
Immediately after my diagnosis, 3 of my best tennis buddies came over. We had a game of tennis, had a few bottles of wine, and we got onto the bucket list topic, and quite high up there was to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. More so, they suggested, or we agreed, that we should try and play tennis at the top of Kilimanjaro and be the first people to have done so and try to get into the Guinness Book of Records. Immediately we realised this was a good fundraising angle because it caught the imagination, and we started getting lots of donations. And we had an initial target of £20,000. We reached that in about a week, and then we set the target to 50, and we reached that by the time we did the climb in October. And since then we've gone on to 70,000, and we're still collecting. So it's been a great fundraising effort. All the money's going to MND research, and I'm hoping that will make a difference, maybe not for me, but for future sufferers of this disease.
Altitude was one of the biggest challenges during the trek. Paul's condition affects his mouth region, which already makes swallowing and breathing extremely difficult. Due to the low levels of oxygen, Paul was unsure if he'd make it to the top.
It was a mixture of emotions. It was elation, but also tears. It was so many people had trained so hard and found it so difficult. Just to have made it to the top was it was a relief, it was elation, it was emotional. And what actually helped is, as we got to the top, we saw the porters and guides setting up the little tennis court there. So of course that spurred us on, and we managed to play a few games of tennis, hit a few balls in freezing temperatures in this very thin air where the balls were bouncing everywhere. But it was magnificent.
It's only recently that I've got to know Justin and his team. What a great group of people who share a similar passion and outlook in life as me. I feel privileged to know you, and we have lots to look forward to. One event this summer is the inaugural Surrey Tennis Golf Day at Guildford Golf Club on July 19th. I'm sure Justin will happily share details with you if you'd like to know more. A final thank you again for the award. It really means a lot to me. Have a great day.
Congratulations to all of our award winners so far. I think you'll agree, all thoroughly deserving winners. There's still plenty of awards to give out, and for the next part I'll hand you over to Justin Shering, the Surrey Tennis County Performance Manager.
Thanks Michael. Justin here, and welcome to the awards for our Surrey Juniors and the Jean Sexton Award for Outstanding Achievement. But before we start, let's hear from one of our top Surrey female stars.
Hey everyone, Jodie here. Just wanted to say a massive well done to all the nominees and award winners. Having been a recipient of the Progress Award in 2013, I know how nice it is to be acknowledged by the Surrey tennis community. Of course, none of this could happen without the amazing volunteers, so thank you and well done to the Surrey tennis volunteer family. I hope you all enjoy getting back on court and have an amazing 2021. See ya!
Our first award is the Boys Roger Webb Award for Endeavour. The Roger Webb Award for Endeavour goes to Kai-Luka Ampor. Kai-Luka Ampor is the epitome of endeavour. Now training at the LTA National Academy in Stirling, having been invited in 2020, Kai-Luka has defied all odds to even be still playing tennis. Having suffered from Sever's disease for 3 years, which is an inflammation of the heel, between 2014 and 17, Kai broke first his foot in early 2018 and then his hand just a short while after. Both injuries saw him sidelined for a total of 6 months, and despite competing through considerable pain, Kai still managed to win the Under-12 Winter Nationals that same year. Quite remarkable. Having got his training schedule back on track in 2019, Kai-Luka, according to his coach at the time, Alistair Filmer, was working like a warrior and more motivated than ever. Unbelievably, he was then diagnosed with a serious spinal injury, which saw him restricted to a rehab program for a total of 6 months. But, like Phoenix from the Flames, Kai-Luka bounced back, and his determination and resilience saw him identified as a National Academy invitee. Many congratulations to Kai-Luka for showing so much strength of character in what must have been an incredibly tough time. Kai-Luka personifies endeavour.
Hi everybody, thank you to Surrey Tennis for giving me this award. It really means a lot. I'd like to thank the coaches who have helped me get to this position, who are Sean Malcolm, Tiger Joyce and Alistair Filmer. I'm in a great place thanks to Tennis Scotland and the LTA for believing in me, and I look forward to the next stage of my journey with my team here in Scotland. Thanks again for this award.
We now move on to the Girls' Jean Thirlwell Award for Endeavour. The Jean Thirlwell Award for Endeavour 2020 is awarded to Rosie Speed. Selected to be part of the LTA Regional Player Development Centre in 2018, Rosie experienced setbacks throughout 2019 and has worked hard to overcome some tough challenges. Throughout lockdown, Rosie worked hard towards understanding and managing the mental side of her game and developed great tools that will help her both on and off the tennis court. Rosie loves training with friends at Duke's Meadows, many of whom she has played with since she was 7 years old. Reading books and listening to podcasts has helped Rosie make small but important changes, and we applaud Rosie for her maturity and discipline in making great strides towards her own development. Keep up the great work, Rosie. Surrey Tennis are right behind you.
Thank you Surrey Tennis for this award, and thank you for WTI for getting me into tennis, and to my current club, Duke's Meadows, and my coach, Filmer.
Rosie, before we move on, I have a message for you from Ian Thirlwell. Rosie, your passion and endeavours for tennis since you started playing at 4 years old have earned you, quite rightly, the Jean Thirlwell Award for 2020, and we send you our great congratulations. Next up is the Boys Surrey Tennis Progress Award. The Surrey Tennis Boys Award for Progress for 2020 goes to Mark Saban. Mark made a great deal of performance progress in 2020. This programme saw him invited into the LTA Regional Training Programme for the first time, following a strong semi-final showing at the Summer Youth National Series Finals. Mark was able to go a bit further in the Winter Finals and was crowned champion. Strong wins in additional Under-11 and Under-12 events at the back end of 2020 saw Mark start the 2021 season as the UK #1. This is great progress. We are all very impressed with these achievements. Very well done, Mark.
Thank you to Surrey for recognising my progress this year, and thank you to my mum, my dad, my brother and my coach Matt Smith and Wilson's Grammar School.
It's time for the Girls Surrey Tennis Progress Award. The Surrey Tennis Girls Progress Award for 2020 goes to Hannah Klugman. Hannah's exceptional 2020 started with her remaining undefeated in singles and doubles as she led the Great Britain Under-12 girls team to European glory, with Great Britain winning the Tennis Europe Winter Cup for the very first time. Just a week later, and Hannah was competing at the globally prestigious Super 12 tennis event at Surrey, where previous winners and finalists have been Makarova, Anastasia Popatova and Belinda Bencic, to name just a few. Hannah was able to achieve some mesmerising tennis on the biggest stage to become the champion without dropping a single set. She is the current Great Britain #1 in the Under-12 rankings by quite a distance and is fully deserved of this award for her extraordinary achievements of 2020. Surrey Tennis are very proud. Many congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you so much to Surrey Tennis for awarding this trophy to me again. I'd also like to thank my coaches Ben Harron and Alison Taylor for helping me work with my tennis when we could actually play in 2020 and for keeping me positive when we couldn't play through the lockdowns. Hopefully you can play more this year.
It's now time to award the Jean Sexton Memorial Award for Outstanding Achievement. The Jean Sexton Memorial Award for Outstanding Achievement goes to Joe Salisbury. This is a very prestigious award and is not necessarily given out annually, only being awarded if a player has achieved on the very highest of stages. Joe was the joint inaugural winner in 2018 by reaching the semi-finals of the men's doubles at the Championships Wimbledon. However, 2020 saw Joe and partner Rajiv Ram achieve Grand Slam glory at the Australian Open. They also reached the end-of-year ATP Tour finals and came within 1 point of finishing the year as the #1 pair in the world. They finished the year #2, having reached the semi-finals of the ATP Tour finals. Joe has set the bar incredibly high in the awarding of the Jean Sexton Memorial Award, and we congratulate him on a fantastic 2020. We have a short message from Jean Sexton's children, Linda and Philip. On behalf of our late mother, we would like to send our congratulations to Joe on his great achievements during the past year, which must have been very challenging. We wish him continued success in the future.
Thanks very much for the Jean Sexton Memorial Award. It's a great honour to win this award after an amazing woman. I know it's not given out every year, so it's really special to win this. It was an amazing year for me last year, winning my first Grand Slam, and it's great to feel the support and recognition from everyone in Tennis Surrey, so thanks very much.
Well done, Joe. Incredibly well deserved. Well, before we finish, let's hear from another of our Surrey stars and former award recipient.
Hey everyone, Emily Appleton here. I just wanted to say a massive congratulations to all of the amazing nominees, the award winners and the volunteers who have worked so hard over the past 12 months. I know this year hasn't been easy for anyone, but your commitment, your passion and your enthusiasm for tennis has been unwavering, so thank you. I especially want to congratulate the winners of the Girls Awards. As a former recipient of a Surrey Tennis Award, I know how motivating it is to be recognised by your local community, and I know that I can't wait to get back on the court representing Surrey later this year in County Week. So I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the ceremony. Have a great 2021, enjoy being back on court, and let's go Surrey.
That concludes the Junior Tennis Awards. I'd now like to hand over to the Surrey Tennis President, Derek Howarth.
Thank you, Justin. Could I add my congratulations to all the nominees and worthy award winners. I am only sorry that we couldn't have had our usual awards evening when we would have all been together. It has been a very difficult last 12 months for our sport, but at least there now seems some reasonable prospect of us all being able to get back and enjoy our wonderful game. Thanks to David and his awards committee for their tireless work in organising the awards. To Debbie and Lewis for their organisation, and to our excellent presenters, Michael and Justin. We are holding an after-awards Zoom party for those that are interested. I'm sorry that on this occasion we can't provide you with food or drinks, but please join in if you can. There will be a slide on screen with instructions. We are still hoping to hold some sort of celebration of Surrey tennis much later in the year. And if this takes place, all awards winners would certainly be invited. I'm looking forward to seeing many of you in person during what I hope will be an excellent tennis summer, but many thanks for joining us this evening. Thank you.